Let's talk about audience. I'm Shalane from TSE Tuition, and today I'll be talking about why it's so important to talk about the audience in your argument analysis. But first, let me plug our social media channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of them so that you don't miss when we post next. And if you are a parent or a tutor looking for more support on how to help your teenager tackle high school English, join our mailing list. It is designed specifically for people who are not English teachers trying to help their teens. And if you're looking for one-to-one English tutoring support, please contact us and let's have a chat about how our team of English tutors can support you on your English journey. So let's talk about the audience. In the argument analysis, from the old study design to the new study design, the task itself has not changed a lot. You still have to read or watch or listen to persuasive texts, and then you still have to analyze them. That in itself has not changed. What has changed is that in the new performance descriptors, there is now a heavier emphasis on understanding who the audience is and how the author or the creator of that persuasive text has targeted this audience specifically, right, in the mechanics of persuasion and also in the logics and arguments that they've used. So in the old study design, it wasn't really great anyway to just talk about this is what the author argues and these are the techniques they used. That was not going to get you great marks, but in this new study design, it is even less likely to get you great marks. So in this new study design, we now really have to nail down who is this audience and that the author or the creator of the text thinks they are talking to. So are we talking about teenagers with part-time jobs living in suburban Melbourne? Are we talking about pensioners in Queensland who enjoy golfing? Are we talking about young adults working professionally for the first time ever who doesn't really have a very good idea about politics in general, right? So we're trying to identify using what we can glean from the text itself. Now, very few pieces of text will explicitly state this. You, my audience of teenagers with part-time jobs living in suburban Melbourne, here are my arguments, right? We're never really going to get that. So what we have to do is we have to look at the text and figure out what is the author or the creator of the text assuming about their audience. Is he or she assuming that the audience understands lots of pop culture references? Are we assuming that the audience knows nothing about politics and that's why the author is explaining, right, lots of things about politics and how it works? Are we assuming that the audience is very familiar with online shopping and so the author doesn't explain anything about online shopping, he just assumes that the audience gets it, right? So we have to sort of look at those assumptions that are being made by the author in order to work out who is his audience or who does the author think his audience is. And then that in turn is going to help you work out the analysis of the actual persuasion that's being used. So if, say, the author is targeting teenagers with part-time jobs living in suburban Melbourne, and the author is using lots of scary sounding statistics, for example, how does that work specifically for this group of teenagers with part-time jobs living in suburban Melbourne? We don't have to talk about every single aspect of the audience in the analysis of the use of that statistic, but it is assumed by the examiner, or at least by the performance descriptors that we've been given by VCAR, that this is a very important part and this is what's going to demonstrate your expertise and your skill in analyzing the arguments that are being made. Now, it is tricky to work out the audience, so we do have an earlier video about the identity of the audience and sort of working out those characteristics, so go ahead and watch that. But mainly it sort of boils down to three things. We need to figure out the geography, so where is the audience, and their socioeconomic status. So we're really talking about age, we're talking about income, we're talking about professions or types of professions if that's relevant, and then also thirdly interests or lack of interest. So what are their hobbies? What are they familiar with? What are they interested in? Or what do they not know about? What are they not interested in, right? So we're working out by sort of interest groups. So those are the three key factors that I think all students need to work out about their audience in order to write a really great argument analysis, particularly in this new study design that we've got. So I hope that was helpful. Again, make sure you subscribe and liked all the things that we put out, and I'll see you in the next video.